So I really enjoy being a part of this industry. Okay, what do we do? RVDA helps dealers. We help dealers do things better. We help make their employees more professional. We help expand the market for them. And we also advocate for them, most times in partnership with Linda's organization and the manufacturers organization on a national level. We also serve as a repository of state regulatory information for our local dealers at the state level. Here's the, yeah, there you go. Look at this. Like a pig through a python. That's the baby boom generation. If you saw the other end of it, it really does not go down. It kind of stays up there. It goes down a little bit, but it stays up there. Look at the volume of people that are eligible and really ready to buy RVs. And if they're not going to buy them, to rent them. These are the baby boom generation, and we're just in the beginning of it, the beginning of the boom. So that's why we're optimistic. What did we do? In 1996, we decided as an industry to get together and create something called Go RVing, which is a national advertising campaign. I'll show you the commercials later if you haven't seen them. I'm assuming a lot of you have seen them, but they're great. We'll see them again. But look at what happened. We were a flattened industry. We were doing about 250,000 units a year, new unit deliveries to dealers. This is North America total, US and Canada. And with Go RVing, we started a great surge of sales, of manufacturing and delivering. We had a little bit of a dip during the recession period of 2001, and then we accelerated again. 2005 and 2006 will be the two biggest years of deliveries to dealers of any in the last 25 years of our industry. And remember, in the beginning, we were just filling the pipeline, so those numbers are difficult to compare against. So we've had two great years, and this year is going to be very good. Even though there are some issues at the retail level. The wholesale deliveries of motorhomes this year are down 11.4%, and they're going to be down about that at the end of the year. These are August statistics, but end of year projections are motorhome production will be down from a year ago. In fact, motorhomes for this year will be the smallest percentage of the total RVs produced in the history of keeping the data. Usually motorhomes are about 25% of the US production. This year they're going to be 13.5%. Mainly because trailers are booming. Look at the towable sales. And trailers include travel trailers, pop-ups, truck campers, and fifth wheels. What affects this? Gas prices. Look at the gas price line and look at the sales. That's for trailers. Now look at motorhomes. What's the impact? Do you see any? It's psychological. It's in everybody's head. Now look at this. Look at the impact of interest rates. As interest rates go down, sales and production goes up. As interest rates go up, sales and production generally temper. And look at where interest rates were when the chart started in 1995. We can show you interest rates of 12.5%, 13, 14, 15, 16% if we go back far enough, back in the late 70s and early 80s. So that's motorhome sales. Interest rates affect them also. Interest rates have been rising. They've stabilized. So there's a lot of optimism right now in the industry that the gas prices are down, but gas is not going to affect it over the long term at all. Our gas is still a lot cheaper than the rest of the world, as those of you who don't come from America understand. So our dealers are very optimistic. They're building new facilities. They're hiring people. They're spending money on training. They're building infrastructure so they can sell more and service more. The projection is for almost 500,000 units in the out years of production. Right now we're at 380, and that seems to be great. But almost 500,000. What data do we have about the demographics of RV dealers? I think this is important to all of you because you're going to have to help me bring the RV dealers who rent, and that's your primary reason for existence here, I think. Yep. You're going to bring those guys into the 21st century. Before we get them to the 21st, we've got to get them to the 19th and then the 20th, but there are some issues, and you're going to help me do that, okay? Or I'm going to help you do that one way or the other. We rely on the census data. The U.S. Census Department, the U.S. Department of Commerce, does a 5-year business census, and they release the data within about 2 years after that. So we're really getting, this is the relationship. We have, in 2002, there were 2,658. I mean, 2002 there were 2,780. In 1997 there were 2,658. Those are dealerships. 58% of those dealerships have 8 or fewer employees, so they really don't count very much. The real core dealerships I'll show you in a minute. Total sales volume in 2002, just in the sales and service of RVs by RV dealers, is $15 billion business. It's a lot bigger business than that when you consider all the other aspects, and when I put rental in a minute, you'll see. But even after inflation, RV dealers have been doing very well on sales and on sales volume. The big guys are getting bigger, they're getting better. As you can see, the 4 largest dealerships, this is pre-Freedom Roads. Okay, Freedom Roads, which Affinity acquired, 53 different brand name dealerships. If we included them as one company, it would skew these tremendously. So each Freedom Roads dealership is considered an independent dealership in all the analysis that we do. But 23%, 26% of the dealers in America do 80% of the business. 26% of the dealers in America do 80% of the business. Soon it will be 80-20. Pareto was right. The 80-20 rule will prevail. So if we can, we feel, we had a marketing strategy in RVDA at one time when people would say, how many of those 2,600 are your members? And we'd get all nervous and say, oh, 45%, 50%. And then I told my guys, I said, go look at how much they sell. We represent 85% of the trailer sales and over 90% of the motorhome sales in the country. So therefore, we represent the industry as far